Hey, what's going on, Bass Kickers fans? John Newman here. Recently returned from Florida, and like I just said, I'm back. Back in good old New York State once again. And here tonight to talk to you about a specific bait that I like to use in one specific scenario, and that is heavy cover fishing. But not just any heavy cover, the weeds. The thick mats, the big weed beds with the garbage, cheese, all that nasty crud that's on top of the water that you find yourself turning into a fluke or a punch style bait. And this type of fishing is really, really essential because it works. I tried it out for the first time about 3 months ago, just for fun, and it ended up producing a lot of results, more than the frog, as a matter of fact. And let's start out with the bait. Here it is. It's made by Big Bite Baits, and it is the jerk minnow. Basically, it's a fluke. For you guys that know what a fluke is, well, here it is. Essentially, it looks like your normal, everyday fluke that you can buy at the store. Well, this one is a lot different from the others. How, you ask? Well, it's a lot thicker. As you can see here, it's a lot thicker, a lot more bulkier, and it's actually very, very durable. Like you see, I'm just ripping this thing apart like any other bait would fall apart. This thing holds up, and it's actually got a little bit more weight to it than your average fluke. So thus, I essentially fish it like a frog in the weeds. What I'll do is I'll take a nice VMC 4 or 5-odd J hook with that negative offset. You can even use the flipping and pitching hooks as well. Texas rig this, and depending on how big the mat is, throw it 5, 10, 15, 20, however big it is, like I said, out into the middle. And like I said, I will fish this like a frog. When I have it out there, I'll let it hit the weeds, hit the water, and just sit. I'll let it sit for just about 2 seconds, and then I'll give it a jerk, trying to fish this and hop it around on the top of the water like a frog would. Let it sit, let it pause, let it sink into the weeds a little bit, sink into the water, and continue the same movements. I'm going to do this all the way across the mat, and if I don't get any strikes from that, when I get to the edge of the mat where open water is, I'll bring it out into the open water and let it sit and dance it around in there. Simply what I'm trying to do is draw that bass out of its cover. Because for you guys out there that want to get those big bass, at this time of year in this heat, they're not going to be in open water. They're going to be in heavy cover. They're going to be in those thick mats of weeds to keep cool. Because guess what? They get hot like we do, and that's where they're going to be. And this fishing actually works. Because like I said, if I don't get them to hit it like they would a frog, I'm going to get them outside of that weed bed in that open water right next to the weed wall right there where it starts. Because they're going to follow this all the way out. If they don't hit it then, they're going to hit it when it comes out. I promise you that. And for the price of these things, it's cheap. So you don't got to worry about spending all the money on these baits when this is a cheap guy like the Havoc baits are. $2.99 a bag, guys. But unfortunately, I haven't seen these in stores in a very long time. But that's okay because I've said it multiple times in multiple videos. If you've been watching, Tackle Warehouse. They got them. And they got every color in this thing that's ever been made. And there's a lot of different ones. I got a couple of my favorites here. This one is pearl white. And this one's more of a natural color. It's called pearl belly. It's a really, really flashy shad color. And then, of course, the cream color like I showed you. Now, as far as the line and the rod goes, just grab yourself a nice medium heavy or a heavy rod. Fish it like basically like your frog. So you could use your frog rod or even your pitching rod. But the thing with the line is, though, when I'm pitching into heavy cover or I'm fishing frogs in heavy cover, I like to use a really, really heavy braid, so I turn to 60-pound spider wire. It has never failed me. It's strong, it's durable, and it's cheap. Only $13.99 to $20, depending on where you go, but Dick's has it right now for $13.99. They have it on sale, so run out and pick some of it up. But that's all I got for you tonight, guys. It's basically essentially frog fishing, but with a fluke. But not just any fluke, the Big Bite Baits jerk minnow. Big Bite Baits, guys. A company that's out there that a lot of people kind of shun over because they don't have a lot. Well, they actually do. Don't shun them out. They got a lot of good stuff. Until next time, guys, John Newman here at Bass Kickers Outdoors. Have a good night. Stay tuned. I'll be out on the water tomorrow and the next day, so stay tuned for the videos. Take care. Have a good night.